forums are pretty important. For example, the SG Butterfly forum, right? Somebody will have posted a question like 3 years ago, but it's still relevant to you today. And then the questions that were answered, the people who relate, you are reading posts that was 3 years ago, and then there were like 120 comments, 500 comments, and you're reading through pages and pages of them. And it's a very good resource. But when you go into a Discord group, you will have this problem where a lot of people are commenting and the comments are all over the place, even though you put in different channel topics. But you will find that people are keep repeating the same questions and over again, and people are putting different type of viewpoints. While in the forum, you have the questions well typed out, maybe 5 to 6 sentences or even 7 to 8 sentences. And it's more like a reading experience. I can't seem to find a reading experience as powerful as SG Butterfly. But SG Butterfly, on the other hand, wasn't very active. The forum wasn't very active, but it's still a very good resource.
I think you bring up a really interesting point, and I'm like, my mind is a little blown as you're saying it, because nowadays virality is so important, and that single channel, that single person broadcasting is so important, right? That's how you create viral content. And so we've kind of sacrificed having a resource for people for just like, I'm going to create a YouTube video or I'm going to create a TikTok video. I'm trying to get as many people to see the video as possible. And what social media favors is the loudest people are the ones that are getting the attention. But that forum allows people to
get
resources, and everyone has an equal say. Like, one person says this and then another person says this. It's not like we're not really comparing, like this one has like 5 million followers.
Yes. It's really like simple questions like, what do I do with my NS?
Yeah.
Right. When do I tell the medical doctor that I'm a transgender, so on and so forth. These are all important questions to be asked, to and it's a fun resource. But what you see on TikTok, all this, right? Then like what you say is the loudest and it attracts a lot of controversies. And I've seen a lot of Western on the West side, or even there was this girl from Australia, and she's very proud of her body. She's very proud of being transgender, but she's, her views posts really attract a lot of hate comments, and there are hate comments from both people in the community as well as people outside the community, because the whole movement, I would say the whole situation ever since forever, it was always very volatile. It's always moving. Like for example, when my time, transvestite, transsexuals was a commonly used term, right? And now it's transgender. So there's always a transition period where the community will find what is more suitable, what is more accurate or reflective of the situation. I say that the whole situation is growing, is dynamic. Whenever it's a forum, the people that get admitted to the forum are more likely to be vetted over time. There's a lot of people who are like lurkers. Like for example, when I went to the SG Butterfly forum, I didn't post anything. Of course, you have to post an introduction, and you just read a lot of the 5 years ago post, 3 years ago, 1 year post, and sometimes you read the same post over and over again. And it is a resource, and it's specific to the community. You don't get exposed to all the hate comments and all the confusing comments. And I mean, that's the overall internet discourse, the whole issue with the internet, where everything seems to be like black and white, but in real life everything is gray, right? Like if someone says that orange juice is good for health, and then then you have another person will comment that no, you shouldn't eat orange, all these kind of comments. It's like taking a snap picture when the whole thing is a video,
right?
Yeah. So there's always these issues with the internet when you go online, social media for comments. The younger ones are also facing a lot of challenge. It was better then rather than now. Although there's more platforms,